What's up, wrestling fans on YouTube? My name is Bigboysnacksjonnytv, aka What Kind of Snatch One, because I got plenty to go around. This is my WWE Smackdown review on highlights before a go home show to Backlash. Um, Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 10K. Make sure you guys go watch my YouTube short video that I posted yesterday. Go show some love before watching the video. And make sure you guys check out my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, and go also check out my WWE NXT review and highlights as well too. All right, let's get started. Now, WWE Smackdown was a good show for what it was, and I give it a 5 out of 10. WWE Smackdown was live from Wright State University Notre Center in Dayton, Ohio. Commentary tonight were Wade Barrett and Joe Testor. All right, WWE Smackdown kicks off, and we see Damian Priest walking backstage towards the ring. He is stopped by Byron Saxton, who stopped him and asked him about his fatal four-way match at Backlash. As he began speaking, in comes LA Knight, and the two men talk about their tag team match tonight. LA Knight tells Damian Priest that if he has his back, he will he will have his, and he asks for his music to be played. LA Knight music hits, and we see him walking to the ring. All I gotta say is, man, I am so sick and tired of LA Knight dealing with the bloodline. LA Knight needs to go to Monday Night Raw, and that's all I gotta say. All right, so we get a tag team match. So we get Damian Priest and LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. And this tag team match, it's not bad, but it was just solid tag team match for what it was. The bell rings were underway. LA Knight and Damian Priest argue as to who will start the match, and Solo attacks Damian Priest as LA Knight gets on the ring apron. Solo with right hands, but Damian Priest with kicks, followed by a forearm to the face. Damian Priest grabs Solo by the hand and begins walking to the top rope and lands a cross body. Damian Priest goes for a clothesline, but Solo rolls to the outside of the ring. Damian Priest to the outside, and he jumps off the steel steps, landing a double axe handle. Jacob Fatu drops from the ring apron and gets into Damian Priest's face, but LA Knight with a baseball slide onto Jacob Fatu. So we go to commercial break. Alright. Back from commercial break, Solo Sikoa knocks LA Knight off the ring apron, and Damian Priest knocks Solo down. Damian Priest goes for a tag, but LA Knight is down on the outside of the ring. Solo grabs Damian Priest and hits him with a Samoan drop. Jacob Fatu is tagged in, and he lands a senton. Damian Priest is down in the corner, and Jacob Fatu lands the running hip attack. Solo is tagged back in, and he goes for the running hip attack, but Damian Priest spinning heel kick. Alright, what was I? It says spinning heel kick. LA Knight is tagged in, and as is Jacob Fatu. LA Knight with a right hand followed by a Russian leg sweep. A jumping neck breaker onto Jacob Fatu, followed by a body slam. LA Knight to the ropes, and he lands a jumping elbow. Jacob Fatu back up, and LA Knight slams him onto the mat. He climbed the second rope and goes for the jump up leaping elbow drop. Damian Priest tags himself in. LA Knight looks at him shocked, and Damian Priest with the clothesline onto Jacob Fatu. Damian Priest goes for the choke slam, but LA Knight tags himself in. Solo is tagged in, and he pushes LA Knight onto Damian Priest. Solo goes for the small spike, but LA Knight ducks and lands the BFT, and he goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, LA Knight and Damian Priest. This was a solid tag team match to kick off the show. LA Knight and Damian Priest are in the ring after the match, and Damian Priest with right hands. In comes Jacob Fatu, who attacks both men and hits them with a running hip attack. Jacob Fatu raised the United States Championship after the match, but in comes Drew McIntyre, who hits him with a claymore and takes him down. Drew McIntyre throws the title onto Jacob Fatu and leaves the ring. You already know that Jacob Fatu is going to retain the United States Championship at Backlash. I'm going to call it straight down the middle. Watch I tell you. All right, we we cut to the outside of the arena where R-Truth is holding a "Let's Go John Cena" sign, and in comes Jimmy Uso, who asks him what's he's doing, and R-Truth tells him that John Cena is in the building tonight. Jimmy Uso looks disappointed and leaves. Not a bad start to SmackDown. They're doing well and having LA Knight and Damian Priest consistently be at each other. Solo was always going to take the pin here too. And that's all I gotta say. But like I said earlier just now, I'm so sick and tired of LA Knight dealing with the bloodline. LA Knight needs to go to Monday Night Raw, and that's all I gotta say. And I cannot wait to SmackDown goes right back to 2 hours, cause 3 hours sucks. And that's all I gotta say. So let's go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Drew McIntyre is stopped by Byron Saxton. Drew McIntyre says what he did to Jacob Fatu was a message to Jacob Fatu, and he will shoot a silver bullet onto the werewolf. Drew McIntyre asks why Damian Priest is in the match at Backlash. He beat him at WrestleMania 41, but Damian Priest keeps getting reward. He has it he has it BS, but Jacob Fatu is the baddest yard in the dog, and that's why he went after him. Once he wins, he will be a Grand Slam champion. Drew McIntyre says the problem with all guys and no breaks. It works until you hit a brick wall, and that brick wall is the new United States champion, Drew McIntyre. We cut to highlights of last week where Selena Vega got pinned. I'm sorry. We cut to a highlight of last week where Selena Vega pinned Piper Niven. That's what I was trying to say. All right, the camera cuts to a clip of earlier during the day. We see Chelsea Green and Secret Harris mouthing, but in comes Nick Aldis and Selena Vega. Nick Aldis asks her what she is doing, and Selena Vega tells her they are pathetic. Chelsea Green tells Selena Vega she has no girlfriends, and Selena Vega challenges Chelsea Green to a tag team match tonight. I already know that Les Bliss is going to be Selena Vega's partner. That's all I got to say. All right, so we go to commercial break. A pre-record a pre-record Aleister Black promo airs. He says he's found the truth, and the truth is that he came back because he believes that he is the consequence that this company needs. He is more than a man who whispered in shadows. It, if so, much bigger than good against evil. He says he is here to confront you physically and mentally. And as for Carmella Hayes, he says I haven't figured you out yet, or have I? All right, we cut to the ring where we see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Out comes Selena Vega and she points to the rim, and her tag team partner is no other than Alexa Bliss. All right, let's move on. So we get the next match: Selena Vega and Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. But still, we haven't seen the Riot family, so we didn't get the Riot family. All right, let's move on. And this tag team match right here, this was a I'm not supposed to say this was a decent tag team match. The bell rings, we are underway. Selena Vega and Piper Niven start the match. Selena Vega goes for a crossbody, but Piper Niven catches her and slams her onto the mat. Chelsea Green is tagged in, and she goes for a splash, but Selena Vega moves out of the way. Selena Vega trips her up, and Chelsea Green is leading on the second rope. In comes Piper Niven, and Selena Vega trips her up next to Chelsea Green. Selena Vega to the ropes, and she lands a double 619, and she goes for the cover, but Chelsea Green kicks out. Selena Vega goes for a tag, but Chelsea Green trips her up. Piper Niven is tagged in, and she lands an elbow. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Piper Niven picks Selena Vega up, but Selena Vega lands a DDT. Chelsea Green is tagged in, but as is Alexa Bliss with right hands followed by a head scissors takedown. Alexa Bliss with a blockbuster. She goes for the cover, but Chelsea Green kicks out. Alexa Bliss grounds Chelsea Green and throws her in a corner, but Chelsea Green with a back elbow. Chelsea Green climbs the top rope, but Alexa Bliss trips her up and gets her in the trio woe. Alexa Bliss with a drop kick. She climbs the top rope and lands Twisted Bliss. She goes for the cover, but Piper Niven breaks it up. In comes Selena Vega, who goes for co-ed. Piper Niven blocks it. Alexa Bliss with a kick, and Selena Vega with co-ed. Piper Niven to the outside of the ring. Selena Vega with the Meteora. Chelsea Green grabs Alexa Bliss and goes for the Prettier, but prettier, but Alexa Bliss reverses it into the sister Abigail. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, the Women's United States Champion Selena Vega and Alexa Bliss. This was a decent tag team match. All right, we cut to Ray Phoenix, who is walking backstage, and is stopped by Santos Escobar. Ray Phoenix tells him that he beat him last week. It's over. There is no conversation. Escobar tells him that he knows that, but he was one thing to tell him. He leans in and asks Ray who said anything about a conversation. And he and in comes Berto and Angel, who attack Ray Phoenix as WWE officials, and Andrade come to break it up. All I gotta say is, man, I think Legado del Fantasma is going to break up. I believe that Berto and Angel might go their separate ways. That's all I gotta say. I can see that coming. All right, we cut to a black SUV entering the arena, and Charlotte Flair steps out of it. Not a bad women's tag team match. A surprise with Alexa Bliss returning, even it is in her home state. Still interesting to see what they do with her. Chelsea Green is great, and Piper Niven is not bad either. But Selena Vega is still not getting any reactions. I can Alexa Bliss got way more of a bigger pop than Selena Vega. Oh my god, that is crazy. Anyway, let me move on. So we go to commercial break. A video package airs between the history of John Cena and Randy Orton as we see clips of their match at the 2014 Hell in a Cell. Charlotte Flair's music hits, and out she comes to the ring. The fans boo, and she tells the fans that their queen has arrived. She says she is coming off the greatest women's match in WrestleMania 41 in history, and she needs to give credit where credit is due. She was out for almost 2 years with a career-ending knee injury, and she took our champion to her limit. We see a picture of Tiffany Stratton beat up at WrestleMania, and Charlotte Flair says she enjoyed her WrestleMania moment, and she is announcing her path back to WWE Women's Championship. The fans boo, and she asks why they are disrespectful to her. Charlotte Flair tells them that she is the GOAT of women's wrestling, the greatest of all time. The fans boo, and she looks confused. She Charlotte Flair says if they continue, she will leave and never come back. The fans cheer, and she says she is giving them one more chance, and they continue to boo. Charlotte Flair slams the microphone onto the mat, and leaves the ring. So Charlotte Flair got that Dominic Mysterio treatment, where Charlotte Flair got booed by the crowd. All right, as she begins walking, the lights go out, and it's Jade Cargill. All right, she walks she walks and stops next to Charlotte Flair as both women look at each other. Charlotte Flair walks to the back with Jade Cargill getting in the ring. Jade Cargill tells Charlotte Flair to wait, and she had her chance. Now, now to head to the back of the line. Charlotte Flair looks back at Jade Cargill and walks to the back. The promo for Charlotte Flair was well interesting. The crowd tonight is dead. They are barely reacting to anything but reacting to anything, but Charlotte tries to get a reaction out of them. I could see her costing Jay Cargill a match after their after their confrontation. Hashtag Smackdown. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, back from commercial break, Sean Flair and Nick Aldis are arguing. Sean Flair tells him that she helped make the division, and Nick Aldis tells her she can't throw a temper tantrum when things don't go her way. She says she has no time for this, and as she approaches the car, she tells the driver to take her to the airport. The door slams, and it's Alexa Bliss. She tells Sean Flair to have a chat, and we cut to the ring. With Jay Cargill in the ring, out comes Nia Jax as the bell is about to ring. Out comes the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. So we get the number one contenders match for the WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. And this was a wow. I might as well say this. This was a this was yeah. This match right here. This was I guess okay match for what it was, but it is what this was match was it was okay for what it was. The bell rings were underway. Nia with a shoulder tag onto Jade. Nia with a splash in the corner, but Jade with forearms and a shoulder tackle takes Nia down. Jade Cargill grabs Nia, but Nia lifts Jade Cargill up and lands a Samoan drop. A leg drop in by Nia as she goes for the cover, but Jade kicks out. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Jay with a Samoan drop. She gets to her feet and lands a suplex. Jay with a super kick and a spine buster. She goes for the cover, but Nia kicks out. Jay goes for a kick, but Nia grabs her and lands a powerbomb. She goes for the cover, but Jay kicks out. Nia climbs the second rope, but Jade Cargill gets to her feet and she kicks Nia in the face. Jade Cargill throws Nia off the second rope onto the mat, and Jade Cargill climbs the top rope. Jade Cargill with a forward splash. She goes for the cover, but Nia just kicks out. She gets Nia up, but Nia with a right hand and she throws Jade Cargill in the corner. Nia Nia just goes for a splash, but Jade Cargill with a pump kick. She goes for the cover, but Nia just kicks out. Out comes Naomi at ringside, and she throws Tiffany Stratton into the ring steps. That distracts Jade Cargill and Nia Jax with a headbutt followed by a senton. Nia Jax with the annihilator. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Nia Jax. This match was okay for what it was, even though it was not good, but it was just okay for what it was. We go to the Street Profits and they are stopped by Mitchin and B-Fab. They congratulate the Street Profits and Montez Ford tells them that hurt or not, they will put everyone on notice. Alright, not it says not a bad match, but they're going to continue Naomi against Jay Cargill. I have to say Jay Cargill did not look bad out there, and Nia Jax tried to make her look good and look good. Hashtag Smackdown. The feud between Jade Cargill and Naomi is far from over. It's not going to end. All right, so we go to commercial break. Out comes the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, to the ring, who have tape on their ribs and legs. Montez Ford says they have been to talk of the town for the last 2 weeks, and they put on the greatest TLC of all time, which is that match should have been at WrestleMania 41 by itself. But with that said, what happened is what will happen, and that the Street Profits come out on top. Braxium Music hits, and Montez Ford says, "You have to be kidding me." Frazier tells them that he apologized for for the interruption, but it feels good to be on SmackDown. Nathan Frazier tells Axiom that they are rubbing shoulders with the WWE Tag Team Champion, possibly the best team in the game right now. They get in the ring, and Frazier Axiom that Shawn Michaels told them that if they see an opportunity to take it, Axiom tells them they are amazing and no disrespect, but those titles will look great on them. Dawkins tells them that they only won 2 matches, and that's if they think they deserve the tag titles. Frankson tells them yes, and Ford tells them after 3 weeks they won a title shot. That was 3 weeks ago by Fraxon. Out comes Nick Aldis and he steps. I'm sorry. Out comes Nick Aldis and he says he likes what he is seeing. Fraxon are new and they have not shown to be worthy of a tag team shot yet, but they are in the they are here in hurling of opportunity. Nick Galdis makes a tag team match between both teams right now. So we go to commercial break. All right, we get the next match. So we get the Street Profits versus Fraxium, and this was a good tag team match. I ain't gonna lie. Fraxium and Street Profits did their thing in the ring. This match was fantastic. Back from commercial, and the match is already underway. Fraxium double team 4 in the ring, and Dawkins is tagging. He has tape on his left elbow and right knee. Frazier to the ropes, and he lands a drop kick. A headlock takedown onto Dawkins. Frazier throws Dawkins to the ropes, but Dawkins with a springboard elbow, and Frazier to the outside of the ring. Dawkins to the outside and pushes Frazier into the announcer table. Dawkins backs in the ring and asks him to the outside. He throws Frazier back in the ring. Montez Ford is tagging and he has tape around his wrist. Ford with a kick to the ribs. He goes for the cover, but Frazier kicks out. Dawkins is tagged back in, and they double team Frazier. Dawkins goes for the cover, but Frazier kicks out. Dawkins grabs Frazier, but Frazier with a kick to the side of the head. Axiom is tagged in, and they double team Dawkins, who is thrown to the outside of the ring. And comes forward as he is thrown to the outside of the ring. Fraction with double suicide dives onto the Street Profits. So we go to commercial break. It says back from commercial break, Dawkins lifts Frazier up in the air and slams him on the mat. Axiom is tagged in as forward. Forward with their right hands, and he knocks Nathan Frazier off the ring apron. Montez Ford with a clothesline followed by a back suplex. Ford with a standing moonsault. He goes for the cover, but Axiom kicks out. He throws Axiom to the ropes, but Frazier tags himself in. Frazier gets in the ring and rolls Ford up, but Ford kicks out. Both men to their feet, and Ford with a super kick. Ford on the top rope, but Frazier with a kick to the side of the head. Frazier jumps up to the top. Dawkins tags himself in, and he gets Frazier in an electric chair. Piston position and Ford with a super doomsday blockbuster. Dawkins grabs Ford, who is the ring apron, but Ford with a kick to the side of the head. Ford climbs the top rope and jumps by accident with a kick to the ropes. Dawkins with a kick onto accident. Frazier throws Dawkins to the outside of the ring. Frazier goes for a suicide dive, but Dawkins with a right hand. Dawkins climbed the top rope, and Frazier with their right hand. Axiom tags himself in and climbs to the top rope and lands a Spanish fly. Frazier with a Phoenix splash. He goes for the cover, but Ford breaks it up. Ford is tagging and Dawkins with a spine buster. Oh, onto Frazier. Dawkins to the outside, and they and outside in action with a golden rattles onto Dawkins. Ford climbs to the top rope and goes for the fall splash, but Frazier moves out of the way. Axiom is tagged in, and Axiom lands a drop kick as Frazier trips for the catapulta inter inferior Axiom goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner by pinfall, Fraction. This was a good tag team match, but I did not like how the tag team champion Street Profits got pinned in the middle ring. So the Street Profits got pinned in the middle ring clean. The Street Profits are your WWE tag team champions, but I don't like how champions being pinned in the middle ring. You're supposed to build your champions up, not make them look weak, and that's all I gotta say. But this match was fantastic for what it was. All right. Both men shake hands and hug after the match. We cut to Tiffany Stratton, who is backstage, and comes Nia Jax, who tells Tiffany Stratton no, not to worry about Naomi, but worry about her. Tiffany Stratton tells her when she beats Nia Jax, she will make sure there is a spot for her on the loser table next to Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton walks away. The Miz is backstage with Carmelo Hayes. The Miz tells Carmelo Hayes that he will show him where he needs to be to grab to get the job done, because tonight is all about Carmelo Hayes. It's about showing everyone that Carmelo Hayes is the 10th moment moment mo, moment of the world. Miz tells him that Melo don't miss, and they are us him. I can see the Miz is going to turn on Carmelo Hayes. I can definitely see it coming. A fun tag team match, but this entire show felt like one tag team match after another. I am not completely against the Street Profits losing, but they should have attacked Fraxium after the match instead of shaking their hands and hugging them. I totally agree with that. All right, so hashtag Smackdown. Commercial break. So we get the next match. Carmella Hayes, coming by The Miz versus Alex Black. This was a pretty good match. All right, the bell rings were underway. Aleister Black with a headlock takedown, but Carmelo Hayes gets to his feet. He's thrown to the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes goes for a springboard crossbody, but Aleister Black moves out of the way and sits on the mat. He gets back up and grabs Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes with kicks. He grabs Black, not Malcolm Black. He grabs Aleister Black, but Aleister Black with kicks, and Carmelo Hayes falls to the outside of the ring. Aleister Black with a moonsault off the second rope onto Carmelo Hayes on the outside of the ring. Aleister Black goes for a kick onto Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes moves out of the way, and Carmelo Hayes his back with a drop kick over the timekeeper's area. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Aleister Black with a leaping knee to the face, and both men are down. They slowly get to their feet and exchange right hands. Aleister Black with a punch and kicks followed by a knee to the side of the head. Not Malcolm Black. Aleister Black with a springboard moonsault off the second rope. He goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. Aleister Black lifts Carmelo Hayes up, but Carmelo Hayes lands on his feet and lands a super kick. He grabs Aleister Black by Aleister Black lands a brainbuster. He goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. The Miz gets on the apron. He goes for a right hand. Aleister Black does, and Carmelo Hayes knocks the Miz out off the ring apron. Aleister Black rolls him up and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Aleister Black. This match was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that the Miz is going to turn on Carmelo Hayes, or Carmelo Hayes might turn on the Miz. You never know. All right. It says the Miz get in the ring after the match, and Aleister Black hits him with the black mask. Aleister Black leaves the ring and sits down on the ramp as Carmelo Hayes looks at him. We cut backstage to see Jacob Fatu and Soul Sikoa Soul Sikoa tells Jacob Fatu that they don't have a members advantage and they need a game plan. Jacob Fatu tells him that tomorrow he will dog walk Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. That's the only game plan he needs, and he walks away. Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes was just very choppy, a lot of stops and goes. It wasn't a big fan of this one SmackDown. All right, when Aleister Black returned, it was it was not cooking for Aleister Black. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so glad to see Aleister Black. But when he returned, it was just not there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right, it says Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes was just very choppy, a lot of stop and goes. It wasn't a big fan of this. one. Hashtag WWE Smackdown. Alright. So we get I'm sorry. So we go to commercial break. Fraxum are backstage and they are stopped by the Motor City Machine Guns. They congratulate Fraxum on their win, but here comes the DIY who attacked them both. They tell Fraxum that they took advantage of the Street Profits who were still not full fit after their TLC match. So we get Lars Garza and that's Lars Garza are coming by Santos Escobar versus a Andrade. This match wasn't bad. This was a solid. This was a solid tag team match. So we get Lars Garza with accompanied by Santos Escobar versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. This was a solid tag team match. The bell rings were underway. Angel and Ray started the match. Ray with a shoulder tackle off the second rope. He goes for the cover, but Angel kicks out. Angel puts Ray Phoenix into the corner, and Berto is tagging. They double team him in the corner, and Berto goes for the cover, but Ray kicks out. Berto goes for a suplex, but Ray lands on his feet, and Andrade is tagging. Andrade with a suplex, but in comes Angel. Ray gets in the ring, and Los Garza throws them to the outside of the ring. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Andrade and Berto are in the ring. Andrade with a poison runner. Ray and Angel are tagging, and Ray with a right hand. Ray places Angel on the top rope. He grabbed Berto by the arm, jump onto the top rope. Angel kicks Angel on the outside and land an arm drag onto Berto. Andrade gets in the ring, and Angel knocks him down, and Ray knocks him down. Angel throws Ray in a corner and lands a splash. Berto is tagged in, and he lands a moonsault. He goes for he goes for the cover, but Andrade breaks it up. Ray with a kick to the face. Escobar gets on the ring apron and distracts the referee. Berto rolls Ray up, and the distraction backfires. Berto lets go for the pin, and Ray slams him face first. He goes for the cover, but Angel breaks it up. Andrade is tagging and he lands a spinning elbow to the face, Angel to the outside, and Ray with the Adios Amigos onto Berto. Ray with a splash over the top rope onto Angel, and Andrade with the meshes onto Berto. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the tag team match, Andrade and Ray Phoenix. This was a solid tag team match. What it was. Escobar Escobar gets in the ring after the match and B began yelling at Berto. He puts his finger on Berto, but Berto slams his hand away. Berto mean what both men are face to face, and Berto leaves the ring with Angel looking at both men. Alright. A solid tag team match. It looks like they are finally breaking up Legado del Fantasma, but not sure where either of them will go. If they do break them up, Andrade is fun in the ring, and Ray Phoenix continues to impress. Hashtag Smackdown. I believe that Legado del Fantasma are about to break up. I think that Berto is going to turn on Santos Escobar. I can already see it. Alright, so we go to commercial break. So we get the in-ring segment. This was a good segment to close out the show. So we go to commercial break. John Cena music hits, and out comes the undisputed WWE champion in the ring, to the ring. He asks for his music to stop and points to the ring announcer. Nash gets in the ring, and he reintroduced John Cena a more alto, altruistic tone. As John Cena is being introduced, someone throws a bottle inside of the ring. John Cena starts to introduction and grabs the bottle and looks at it. He shakes his head and Nash continues his introduction. Nash gives him the microphone and leaves the ring as the fans boo. John Cena says that tomorrow your childhood dies. He says the reason they are reduced to throwing empty bottles of beers is because there are know how important Backlash is. They will do everything they can, just like Randy Orton, which is why Randy Orton is not here tonight. The fans boo, and John Cena tells them not to boo because Randy Orton is smart. He says Randy Orton is at home with his family in St. Louis, preparing for the biggest moment of his career. The first time he wrestled, Randy Orton was almost 25 years old. 25, not 25 years ago. No, not 25 years ago. I said 25 years old. Almost 25 years ago. Since that time, they have shared the ring almost 10 appearances, where there are 31 championships between them and our two names, which are ruthless aggression. He says if you are between the ages of 12 and 55, you either choose Randy Orton or choose John Cena, and that is what it is at Backlash. Let's take up Backlash. Alright. He says that tomorrow is their final match tomorrow. They get to choose one more time. Tomorrow their childhood dies. He says if you're a fan between the ages of 3 and 11, your childhood dies too. Because he will show them that life isn't fair. Winner write the history books, and Randy Orton is a liar. John Cena says the person Randy Orton has been lying to the most is himself. John Cena says hustle, loyalty, respect. Hustle, Randy Orton only has this job because of his family. He has never once been held accountable for anything. Randy Orton is the greatest of all time at wrestling his potential. John Cena is the greatest of all time because he is loyalty, loyalty, and Randy Orton thinks that working a job a lot of days in a row is loyalty. That's not loyalty. That's cashing a check. Randy Orton says he is piece of furniture, and he is right. He is a lazy boy. He says after 25 years, um, 25 years of injury, bad attitude, and being over celebrated and overpaid, you can't on Randy Orton on anything. Randy Orton is the greatest of all time. As during the bare momentum, um, Johnson is the greatest of all time because he is loyalty, which is argued that's facts. He says He says respect which the fans do not show him, but Randy Orton wants to beg for their respect. He has to remind them that he is the third generation on Twitch. No, I'm sorry, I said Twitch. Third generation superstar. I'm sorry, I have to correct myself. Them that he is a third generation superstar. I have to correct myself, and I'm glad I did. But let me continue. No one knows Randy Orton Senior. The only thing his dad is known for a banging up his mom, and the only thing Randy Orton is known for is for riding with John Cena. Coat Coattail tells Randy Orton calls himself a legend killer, but he removes names where he where they're barely relevant in the first place. But tomorrow, Randy Orton killed the legend of Randy Orton. John Cena says that Randy Orton would be like his 2006 drug test a failure. John Cena says Randy Orton is the greatest of all time. It's the greatest of all time at making a mockery of what WWE superstar should be. John Cena is the greatest of all time. He is respect. He says tomorrow. He says tomorrow is a history moment for WWE because he makes history again, and this belt has aired and comes someone wearing Randy Orton's hoodie in the back. Randy Orton in the back. I'm sorry. He go- in the black. He goes for it in RKO, but John Cena blocks it. He lands an attitude adjustment. And comes Randy Orton from behind. He lands the RKO. So Randy Orton landing 3 RKOs, 2 from Raw and 1 on SmackDown. Randy Orton RKO John Cena twice on Monday Night Raw, and Randy Orton came out of nowhere and RKO John Cena three. It was like 3 times in a row. Yeah, that's all. I remember that now. That's all I gotta say. This was a good segment to close the show. John Cena was cooking Randy Orton, and that's all I gotta say. Good promo by John Cena. I like him mention Randy Orton's past. These guys really do go back about 25 years. A fun promo with a good ending. Having the fake Randy Orton comes out of going, having the fake Randy Orton come out first. Hashtag SmackDown. Alright. Not the best SmackDown, but the ending was fun. I agree with that. The show has not been the greatest for about 2 weeks. No, but it was better than last week's show, which is I agree with that. And SmackDown needs to go right back to 2 hour show instead of a 3 hour show. Because 3 hour shows be boring. But when you go back to 2 hour shows on SmackDown, it'll be totally just fine for what it was. Alright, and WWE SmackDown goes off the air. All right, let me be real and 1000%. Let me get my honest opinion what I think about WWE Smackdown. WWE Smackdown. It was a good show, and I give it a 5 out of 10. If you guys enjoy my WWE Smackdown review on Heights, make sure you guys please watch the video from my way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I do on the channel. Follow my social media down below in the description, and um, and I will make a 3 minute YouTube short video of me show you guys my thumbnail because you guys got to see it. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE Backlash review and highlights. And that's all I gotta say from here. But like I said this before, WWE Backlash builds WWE Backlash build is way better than WrestleMania 41 combined together. But I also know next year WrestleMania 42 is gonna be way better than WrestleMania 41. Mark my words, I guarantee you that WrestleMania 42 next year will be way better than WrestleMania 41. Cause that's just my opinion. I'm going to stand on it. Backlash pay per view build is going to be way better than WrestleMania 41. Watch I tell you. But anyway, this your boy Bigboysnacksjonnytv, aka What Kind of Snatch One, because I got plenty to go around. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE Backlash review and highlights. Now, if I don't have nothing to do on Sunday, I will stream on Twitch for some um I will stream on Twitch for some for some WWE 2K25. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stream WWE 2K25 on Twitch Sunday. So make sure you guys come by on Twitch this Sunday. And that's all I gotta say from here. But I'm gonna get up out of here, and I'm gonna get some rest because I gotta go get up and because I gotta get up to prepare myself for my WWE Backlash review on house I'm gonna be dropping tomorrow. So I'm gonna get a lot of rest. You know what I'm saying? But I will see you guys in my upcoming world premiere for my WWE Smackdown review on highs. Make sure you guys come to my world premiere. Whoever is the first one in my chat will get a very special shout out, very special shout out because I'm trying to have more than 3 people up in my chat. So it is what it is, man. Oh yeah, go watch my YouTube short video of me reaching 9K subscribers right here on YouTube. I just reached 9K subscribers on YouTube yesterday. I made a YouTube short video about it. If you don't believe me, go watch my YouTube short video about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Steph92, man. Shout out to everybody that commented on my video, man. Make sure you guys leave a like and leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. What you guys think of WWE SmackDown? Because in my opinion, it was a good show, and I give it a 5 out of 10. But SmackDown really needs to go right back to 2 hours instead of 3 hours, and that's nothing but facts by itself. But anyway, this your boy Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. Like, comment, share, subscribe with your and share the love of professional wrestling with your friends and family. And you're never too old to be watching professional wrestling from its ups and its downs. And that's all I gotta say. Bye, too sweet, gang.